you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Hey everybody, it is Bulldog here, and today I want to show you guys a team that is very good in the Sith Raid without using a lot of in-demand characters. This team has been around for a couple months actually, but I'm finding that a lot of people are not aware of it. So I wanted to get this team a little bit more attention and show you how to run it. So it's great because, as I mentioned, it doesn't use General Skywalker, it doesn't use a Galactic Legend, so it is very free-to-play friendly, and it doesn't even require a lot of gear. So in this one, I do have Rex and Fives at high Relic levels, but that's not necessarily a requirement by any means. You're going to see the resistance portion is only gear 12, so it's very free to play friendly as far as the Sith Raid goes. And this is the very first time that I ran it. So I wanted to make this video, so I went in and ran this team myself. Ran it for the very first time and got 75 million damage. So it is not something that requires a lot of practice or anything like that. It's very simple. So you can see I put up on the screen there some basic instructions. You can see some of the stats and that type of thing. But the idea is pretty simple. We are going to get Rex. We're going to essentially stack Rex's aerial advantage damage a ton, and we do that by getting the clones more turns. So there's only 2 clones here, but since there's not a lot of attacks going on and there's a lot of turn meter gain, we can still get a lot of clone turns in there. So you're going to have Rex giving turn meter or using the aerial advantage every single time. You want to give preference to the turn meter gain, I believe, just to get more turns in there, so the aerial advantage stacks higher at the end. Fives is going to call C-3PO. Rey is going to call C-3PO. What C-3PO using his basic does is it reduces the cooldowns. So that allows Rex to always be using a special. You're going to find that it's not going to reduce the cooldowns of Fives all that much, just because he's getting hit a lot because he's got that taunt. So his translation gets dispelled. So you don't reduce his cooldowns too much, if really at all. But that's okay. That's not essential or anything like that. Rex is able to reduce Fives cooldown, so that does help there. You've got Rey removing turn meter. C-3PO, you're just going to use basics over and over again to reduce those cooldowns. Sometimes you can even remove a little bit of turn meter if Nihilus hasn't been hit a bunch of times. And the only time, very rarely did I use his actual special that called the assist. I did at the beginning to help get the 3 stacks of translation on Rex. If Rex would ever get hit by Nihilus with the basic, that would dispel those stacks of translation. So you would want to call some assist there to get that back. But again, that we pretty much never needed that here. Nihilus did like to focus on Rey, which was actually very helpful. So, and then BB-8 gets a little bit of, his damage gets a little bit low here. I've got that Zeta where he will recover health if he evades. So giving him some foresight right before the AoE can actually help recover some of his health. So that's kind of a trick you can use to help BB-8 stay alive. But yeah, he's not using any attacks. He is just doing his little wiggle there and then spreading all the buffs to everybody. So it's a very easy run. At least people have told me that it's pretty easy. I ran it the one time and had no issues whatsoever. And again, these we got the resistance here are fairly low gear. At gear 12, I consider low gear anymore. I know that's some of you are probably out there like gear 12 is high gear for me. But it doesn't require a bunch of gear 13s or anything like that. It doesn't require premium characters. So it's a very free to play friendly, or at least as free to play friendly as you can be, and get a solo entire phase. So clones and Rex definitely do a great job here. We've seen Shaak Ti lead with clones, doing some great things later in the raid, going from like P2 to finish. But here's an opportunity to use Rex in phase 1 and in phase 2 and get about 75 million damage, possibly even more at times. So I don't know. I honestly don't know what an average run there is as far as how far you can get into P2. I got about 50% of the way, and I don't know. There's not really a lot of RNG to it, especially in P2. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of variance there as far as how far you get. But anyways, that's about all I've got. We will do what I've done in some previous videos and just flip on the music here and let it go. So thank you guys a lot, and be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. As always, I really appreciate your support. You guys are amazing, and I'll be seeing you around with more videos.